Hi there, welcome to the practice questions on being able to factorise an expression. We've got 5 questions to do here. We've got 3 on the first page and 2 on the second page, so don't forget to go onto the second page. What I'd like you to do now is to pause the video and have a go at the 5 questions, and then when you're happy with your results, then restart the video and go through the model answers with me. So pause the video now and have a go at questions 1 to 5. Hi, welcome back. Let's now go through these together. Question 1 then. Basic expression here, we've got 2 terms, we're going to factorise this expression. So we've got to look for a factor of both 15x squared and 3x. What occurs in both of those? Well, 3x is a factor of both, so we write 3x outside the set of brackets, then open up your bracket. And then we've got to say, what do I multiply the 3x by to give me the first term, 15x squared? Well, 3x times 5x gives me 15x squared, because if you remember the x times the x is going to give me the x squared. But 3x times 1 gives me 3x, so we just write plus 1. Second question, this is a quadratic here. It's got x squared minus 2x minus 15. That's a basic format for a quadratic equation. So what we're doing, we're looking for 2 numbers that multiply to give negative 15 and add to give negative 2. Well, the 2 numbers, combinations we could have, don't worry about the negative at the moment, let's think about the 15. We could have 1 and 15, or we could have 3 and 5. Now we put our negative term in front of each of these. So if you remember, when you're multiplying, to get a negative answer, you must have a negative and a positive. So we could have a negative 1 and a positive 15. Well, negative 1 add 15 gives us 14. So it can't possibly be that. So what about if we have, this time we could have a positive 1 and a negative 15. Well, 1 add negative 15 gives us negative 14. So it can't possibly be that. So let's have a look at the other combination here, the 3 and the 5. Could it be a negative 3 add a 5? Well, negative 3 add 5 gives me a positive 2. So no, it can't be that way round. Could it be a positive 3 and a negative 5? Well, 3 add negative 5 takes me to negative 2. So this is the combination that we're looking for. And then all we do is we open up a double set of brackets, and inside we write, inside the first one, x plus 3, and inside the second one, x minus 5. These could be the opposite way around. You could have x minus 5, x plus 3, but obviously the signs must be correct for each number. Question 3 now. This one's a little bit more complicated. It's got the coefficient in front of the x squared term. So what we do for this one is we start off and we multiply the 3 by the negative 12. That gives us negative 36. I'm just going to write that over there on the right. We're now looking for 2 numbers that multiply to give negative 36 and add to give 9. Combinations we could have. Well, we could have 1 and 36. We could have 2 and 18. Or we could have 3 and 12, 4 and 9, or we could have 6 and 6. So there's a lot of combinations here. So let's have a look at the first one. You might have a negative 1 and a positive 36 to give you negative 36. That's not going to give you 9. And if we did that the other way around, when you a negative 36 and a positive 1, it's not going to give you a positive 9. So it can't be that one. Same with the second one. Negative 2 add 18 gives you 16, and 2 add negative 18 gives you minus 16. It can't be that one. This one looks a little bit more optimistic here, because if we've got a negative 3 and you add a 12, you get the positive 9. So this is the combination of numbers we want. The next thing we do is we split this 9 into these numbers. Write out the rest of the equation. So it's 3x squared. I'm going to put the negative 3x and then the plus 12x minus 12. Now what I need to do is I need to split this down the centre, and I factorise in pairs. This is the first pairing. What occurs in both? 3x. I'll write that outside the brackets. Now 3x times x gives me 3x squared, and 3x times minus 1 gives me minus 3x. Now I do the same with the second section. What occurs in both? 12. 12 times x gives me 12x, and 12 times minus 1 gives me minus 12. And then all that's left to do for this one is I write whatever's outside the brackets in one set of brackets. So I'm going to do it up here, 3x plus 12 in one set, and x minus 1 goes in the other set. Done. Page 2 now. Question 4. Now this is a very specific type of factorising because there's two square numbers here. If you have two square numbers and you have a negative in between them, we can use what's known as the difference of two squares, dots. So this is very straightforward. Basically, if you've got x squared minus y squared in that form, it becomes x plus y, x minus y. And that's what we're going to use here. So in the first set of brackets, we find the square root of 16, or 16a squared, sorry, which is 4a. And the square root of 36 is 6, 4a plus 6. And then in the second set, we get 4a minus 6. Now if you multiply these out, you will get back to this term here. I'm going to do this for the first one just to show you. So 4a times 4a gives me 16a squared. 4a times minus 6 gives me minus 24a. And then 6 times 4a gives me plus 24a. And then 6 times minus 6 gives me minus 36. You should be able to see that the minus 24 and the plus 24 will cancel out, leaving 16a squared minus 36. Last one then, exactly the same. Find the square root of these. Square root of 25x squared is 5x. And the square root of 4y squared is 2y. So we get 5x plus 2y and 5x minus 2y. I'm not going to multiply these ones out. This is the final answer.